Are you a truck driver or someone thinking of becoming a truck driver? Join us on an enlightening journey as we delve into the differences in the types of trucking companies, their advantages and potential drawbacks. In this video, we will equip you with essential insights to help you make informed decisions for choosing the right trucking company to drive for. From the benefits of working with industry giants to the personalized touch of small independent carriers, we have got you covered. Buckle up and let's hit the road to explore the fascinating world of trucking options. Hey there, fellow road warriors. Welcome back to Life as a Trucker YouTube channel and lifeasatrucker.com. Today, we're diving headfirst into the topic of exploring different trucking companies, shedding light on the pros and cons of each option. Whether you're a seasoned trucker looking to switch gears or a newcomer ready to take the wheel, this video is your ultimate guide to making the right choice for your trucking journey. We will also give you important questions to ask before signing on to work for any trucking company. So whether you're considering the stability of a larger carrier, the autonomy of an independent operator, or the convenience of intermodal trucking, we've got the inside scoop for you. Get ready to rev up your decision-making engine as we dissect the factors that can shape your trucking experience. Stay tuned as we navigate through the intricacies of reputation, service quality, equipment, support services, and more. We're here to help you weigh your options and find the perfect match that aligns with your goals, preferences, and cargo needs. Different types of trucking companies. Trucking companies vary in size, scope, and specialization. Common types include long-haul carriers, LTL, less than truckload, shippers, flat haulers, and refrigerated transporters. Each type serves distinct industries, routes, and cargo requirements, offering diverse opportunities for truck drivers. OTR or long-haul truckers are gone for weeks at a time. Regional might be gone for days and then come back in. LTL can be regional or local and get home every other day if not every day. Often they can have regular routes but not necessarily. Mega carriers make up less than 3% of the trucking industry. 91.5% have less than 6 trucks. 97.4% has less than 20 trucks. Advantages of driving for a mega carrier trucking company. Larger carriers often provide stability, competitive pay, and comprehensive benefits. They offer advanced technology, free training programs, and well-maintained fleets. Access to established routes and a broader customer base enhances consistent work and potential career advancement. Disadvantages of driving for a larger carrier. Larger trucking companies may have more bureaucratic processes, reduced driver autonomy, and less personalized communication. Drivers may feel like smaller cogs in a larger machine with less individual attention and flexibility. Your happiness at a large company depends on a lot of factors. The main one is knowing what the range of experiences are possible. Then your ability to adjust and adapt. Obviously also how you are treated. Many people love large carriers and many people hate them. Generally, it's what you make it and can be a great opportunity for the right person. Or if you have limited options. Benefits of working with medium-sized carriers. We'll call medium carriers those with more than 100 trucks, less than 1,000 and several terminals, which could be in different states. These carriers may often have a good balance of benefits and pay. They will have some options in the type of freight and areas they operate, but not as much as the largest carriers. Your dispatcher will often know your name because they have a smaller number of drivers than the mega carriers. Often the dispatcher may have been a driver before becoming a dispatcher, which allows him or her the ability to see things from the driver's perspective. It's almost a best of both worlds scenario. The disadvantages of working with medium-sized carriers. Not as many options of equipment type and freight type as mega carriers. Many companies will not have free CDL training. The better of these companies sometimes will only hire experienced drivers, and once there, you may have less tolerance for you messing up. A lot of advantages and disadvantages will change from company to company because these companies often have strong cultures, so how they operate could be very different from each other. Also, many will specialize in certain types of freight or particular customer needs, which informs how and where they operate. Thing is, these companies are likely to be most honest with you about what to expect working with them. So if you go there, you're likely to experience what you expected, and therefore be happy with the medium-sized carrier. Driving for a smaller independent trucking company. Independent carriers with less than 100 trucks but more than 20 offer more personalized experiences, direct communication, and potentially better work-life balance. Drivers often have greater autonomy in route planning and schedule flexibility. A strong sense of camaraderie can develop within smaller, tight-knit operations because you know each other and possibly see each other more. Their pay could be higher or lower than average. The benefits could be equal, less, or better than average. Sometimes you can get percentage paid, which often works out well. Cons of driving for a small carrier. Smaller carriers may offer fewer or more expensive benefits, limited resources, and potentially lower pay compared to larger counterparts. They may entice you with an illusion of high pay by paying a percentage. Unpredictable workloads and fluctuating routes could impact job security. Independent carriers might lack the technological advancements and training programs of larger companies. Many of these companies might try to pay you as an independent contractor. Usually that doesn't work out in your favor. You'll be quoted high per mile pay, but you'll have to pay taxes on that money. Often, they don't want you to take a lot of time off. Their margins could be low and overhead could be high. Mom-and-pop carriers or owner-operators with less than 6 trucks are the most interesting. You likely won't make the most money here unless they have direct contracts. If they have direct contracts with shippers, you might have found a winner. If they are using the load board to get freight, pay attention to how money is spent. Do they keep their vehicles well maintained? Do they limit deadhead and wasteful spending? If you've seen a lot of poor decisions, you should assume the operation might go under at any time. The pros is you will know everyone who works with you. You might even get paid well. You may or may not be closely managed. It could be easier to get hired here. The cons: often there are no benefits. You might be classified as an independent contractor. If not, your pay could be low. Your dispatcher may have no training whatsoever in dealing with people, including drivers. OTR versus regional versus local. OTR is the most common and easiest for new drivers. You have the open road and more time to get familiar with trucking and the skill of driving. If you have a wife and kids, making plans to go regional or local once you get 1 year experience might be a smart choice. Regional will get you home more frequently. Sometimes the pay could be more or less than the average trucker pay of $60,000. Depends on the carrier and where you live. The most common trucking job is hauling general freight. You'll have the most options for that. However, you'll do yourself a service by getting your endorsements and pulling tankers, reefer, or household. There's more money to be made there. Other truck driving jobs. Driving for a moving company is a great paying trucking job, and you get exercise to go along with it. No endorsement needed, just on-the-job training. You'll make an average or above as a company driver. If you become an owner-operator doing household chores, you can make over $200,000 per year easily. Pulling containers, also called intermodal trucking. If you stay near a rail yard or port, you may have options of pulling containers that arrive by ship and are transported sometimes partially by train. A benefit of this type of job is that they offer lots of local and regional opportunities. With the right trucking company, the pay can be average or better than average. The disadvantage, though, is that although you might get home the same or next day, you could spend lots of time waiting. Look for operations that have yards away from the congestion for you to drop and hook, or at least a trucking company that will put you on the clock to pay you if you end up waiting for too long to get loaded. Perhaps the most interesting and beneficial type of trucking job to start at is flatbed. You'll have the pleasure of needing to secure and sometimes tarp freight before hauling it, since it's not in an enclosed trailer. A good flat company will be happy to train you. Flatbeds could pay you a little more than average, more than general freight because it's more work. You're one step closer to hauling oversized loads. That's where you'll make the most money. There's no endorsement for pulling a flat, but you want to make sure the company will train you before you go trucking there. If you know you'll want to eventually haul oversized, go to a flat company that has an oversized division. You could also specialize in livestock hauling. These trucking companies often run drivers pretty hard. Likely you're not interested in this type of trucking job unless you grew up around it. You have to deal with smells and live animals. This may not be for animal lovers. Remember, these animals will be slaughtered. Pulling tankers. Pulling tankers could involve all types of liquids. Some will require you to load or unload and some won't. Make sure to ask for the details. Questions you should ask any trucking company that interests you. If the answer is important to your needs, use the answer to compare trucking companies. How long are drivers required to stay out? How long are drivers able to stay home after being out? Do you have a rider program? Is there a minimum mileage or amount of pay guaranteed per week? What types of divisions do you have? What type of training do you have? Where do you run drivers? Do you do New York, and if so, is there extra pay for going to the city? Don't take a job that sends you to the NMI and doesn't pay extra. Is there slip seating when you take days off? Is there a referral program? How much is layover pay? Is there forced dispatch? Can you turn down loads? And of course, you're going to ask about the average pay and cost of benefits. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Leave comments below. What did I forget? Ready to make an informed choice in the world of trucking companies? If you found this exploration of pros and cons helpful, don't forget to hit that like button. For more insightful content tailored to truckers or future truckers like you, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Stay connected with us for guidance and practical tips that will elevate your life as a trucker and trucking experience. Feel free to comment below or ask questions at lifeasatrucker.com, and remember, when it comes to life as a trucker, only the strong survive.